Stop allowing others to treat you like you're nothing. You matter. Denzel Washington Motivation, Stoicism. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Your worth is not determined by others. It's rooted in the strength, value, and potential that already exist within you. Too often, we let the opinions of others or societal expectations overshadow our unique light. But today, it's time to take back control, embrace your self-worth, and start living as the main character in your own story. How do you stay true to yourself in a world full of noise? Share your insights in the comments, and let's build a community that empowers each other. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life. Together, let's uncover what it truly means to live with purpose and authenticity. Number 1. Face fear and find worth. Fear and self-doubt often present themselves as the invisible chains that keep us anchored to a limited version of ourselves. Fear, at its core, is not a reflection of reality but a product of the mind, a specter of past failures or the imagined risk of future missteps. It is a narrative we unconsciously feed, one rooted in outdated beliefs and experiences that no longer serve us. However, the Stoics remind us that our perceptions, not external events, are the source of our distress. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By examining the origins of fear, we strip it of its power, confronting it with the courage to dismantle its falsehoods. Each step we take to overcome fear is an act of liberation, cultivating resilience and self-assurance. Similarly, self-doubt is born from unhealed wounds and an inner critic that thrives on comparison and external validation. Yet by focusing on our strengths and nurturing our potential, we quiet that critical voice, shifting our energy toward what we can achieve. Modern Stoicism teaches us that each fear we conquer and doubt we dispel becomes a stepping stone to a more purposeful existence. Understanding your worth begins with an unwavering acknowledgement of your intrinsic value. This value does not hinge on titles, achievements, or the fleeting approval of others. It is an enduring truth rooted in your very existence. When we embrace this reality, we no longer depend on external validation to define us. As Epictetus advised, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. Authentic self-expression arises from this foundation, untainted by the expectations or judgments of others. Confidence is not born from applause, but from an honest alignment with our inner truths. Each individual possesses a unique light, and the world benefits when that light is allowed to shine brightly. Conforming to fit in, or dimming our essence for others, only diminishes our ability to live fully. Protecting our self-worth is not selfish. It is an act of self-love that enables us to build a meaningful life and to share genuine respect and compassion with others. In the context of modern life, where comparisons are amplified by social media and societal pressures often push us to conform, the principles of modern Stoicism offer profound solace and guidance. The relentless pursuit of approval can leave us drained, but when we step back and reflect on our intrinsic worth, we reclaim control over our narrative. Like Denzel Washington's motivational speeches that emphasize standing tall and believing in our purpose, Stoicism reminds us that our value does not fluctuate with public opinion. This mindset is particularly powerful in today's fast-paced and often judgmental world, where prioritizing self-respect can feel like an act of rebellion. However, it is a rebellion worth undertaking, for when you respect and value yourself, you become unshakable, capable of meeting life's challenges with grace and resolve. To guard your self-worth fiercely, practice setting boundaries and rejecting the need to appease everyone. This requires both courage and clarity, but it is essential for living a fulfilling life. When others treat you poorly, it is often a reflection of their struggles, not your inadequacy. As Seneca wisely noted, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. Those who undervalue you are often chasing external solutions to their own internal unrest. Do not let their behavior dictate how you see yourself. Instead, shift your energy toward cultivating relationships and environments that honor your worth and authenticity. Let go of the fear of judgment, for it is only by staying true to yourself that you can thrive and contribute meaningfully to the world. Recognize that your worth is not only a gift to yourself, but also to those around you. When you embody self-respect, you inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of authenticity in a world often clouded by superficiality. As you face fears and overcome doubts, remember that you are not alone. Many before you have walked this path and found strength and resilience. Lean into this wisdom and let it guide you to a life where you no longer allow others to treat you as though you are nothing, because the truth is you matter deeply. Number 2. Build respect and care for yourself. Building respect and care for yourself is not just a nice idea, it's essential. Think about this. If you don't value yourself, why would anyone else? Respect begins with the understanding that you matter deeply, no matter what others may say or do. It's the foundation upon which your entire sense of self-worth stands. Picture someone who always says yes to everything, even when it hurts them. They compromise their own needs, letting others chip away at their confidence and identity. Now imagine this same person finally saying no, not out of spite, but from a place of respect for their time, energy, and peace. That single word, no, is a small act of defiance against being treated like nothing. It's a declaration of self-worth that can shift how the world sees you. The secret? It starts from within. The moment you decide to honor your own boundaries and values, you stop tolerating behavior that diminishes you. This isn't just about setting limits. It's about reshaping how you interact with the world. Self-respect acts like a filter, letting only the people and situations that value you enter your life. Let's look at a modern story. Take Maya, a young professional who spent years in a job where she felt invisible. Her boss constantly undermined her ideas, and her colleagues took her kindness for granted. One day, she realized the weight of her unhappiness and decided enough was enough. She spoke up, advocating for herself during a meeting. She wasn't aggressive. She was firm and calm, embodying the principles of self-respect. That one moment didn't just change her workplace dynamics. It changed her outlook on life. Maya went from feeling undervalued to commanding respect, all because she believed she deserved it first. How often do you find yourself staying silent or shrinking to avoid conflict? What would happen if you stood up not with anger, but with unshakable dignity? Respecting yourself isn't just about interactions with others. It's also about how you care for your mind, body, and spirit. Think of your body as the vehicle carrying you through life. If you neglect its maintenance, it will eventually break down. Stoic secrets teach us to cultivate discipline and balance, not as a chore, but as a pathway to freedom. Imagine waking up each day feeling physically energized, mentally clear, and emotionally stable. That's the power of consistent self-care. It's not about waiting until stress consumes you or exhaustion takes over. It's about those small, deliberate choices you make every day. Are you eating foods that fuel your body or drain it? Are you moving your body to strengthen it or leaving it stagnant? Are you giving yourself time to rest, or are you glorifying busyness to the point of burnout? Even Marcus Aurelius, the revered Stoic philosopher, understood the value of balance, saying, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." How you treat yourself, physically and mentally, shapes your entire reality. But caring for yourself goes deeper than habits. It's about embracing your imperfections. So many people spend their lives picking themselves apart, comparing their worst days to someone else's highlight reel. That mindset only breeds dissatisfaction. Instead, treat yourself like you would a close friend. Would you berate a friend for having a bad day? Of course not. You'd offer compassion, patience, and encouragement. Why should you deserve any less? When you start to see yourself as worthy of care and kindness, you open the door to a more fulfilling life. Think of another modern example. Alex, who spent years obsessing over the gym, not out of health, but to fit an image he thought would make him worthy. He finally shifted his mindset, focusing on how he felt rather than how he looked. His life transformed, not because his body changed, but because his perspective did. Let me ask you, what's stopping you from respecting yourself today? Is it fear of rejection, habit, or simply not knowing where to start? Take one small step. Say no to something that drains you. Take a walk to clear your mind, or simply look in the mirror and remind yourself that you matter. Stoic wisdom reminds us that our power lies in our actions and our mindset. By valuing yourself, you not only enrich your own life but set an example for those around you. Respect and self-care aren't selfish, they're necessary. The better you treat yourself, the more equipped you are to face life's challenges with courage and grace. The lesson here is simple but profound. You are worth the effort it takes to respect and care for yourself. Your boundaries protect your peace, your habits shape your future, and your self-talk determines your inner strength. Don't wait for others to see your worth. Show them by how you treat yourself. Start now, and you'll not only transform your life, but inspire others to do the same. Remember, Stoic secrets are not about living for the approval of others. They're about mastering the art of living for yourself. How will you begin today? Number 3. Overcome challenges and thrive. Overcoming challenges and thriving in life is not just about surviving tough times, but about embracing them as the transformative moments that shape your character and lead you to greatness. Each obstacle you face is not a curse but a hidden gift, an invitation to uncover your untapped strength, build resilience, and discover depths of courage you may not have known existed. Life, in all its unpredictability, presents challenges as opportunities cloaked in difficulty, urging you to confront your fears, expand your limits, and embrace the discomfort that growth demands. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This perspective is a cornerstone of modern Stoicism, encouraging us to see adversity not as a setback, but as the path itself, a crucible for our personal evolution. Each scar you carry is not merely a mark of pain, but a testament to your ability to endure, adapt, and overcome. These scars, visible or not, tell the story of battles fought and won, serving as a reminder of your resilience and a reservoir of strength for future trials. By acknowledging and learning from these experiences, you create a sturdy foundation upon which to face whatever life throws at you. Challenges, when approached with the right mindset, become stepping stones that elevate you toward greater success and fulfillment. The ancient Stoics, who lived lives of disciplined wisdom, understood this deeply. Seneca remarked, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This is not just philosophy, it is a practical guide to thriving in a world that constantly tests our resolve. A crucial element in navigating life's storms is learning to trust your intuition, that inner voice often drowned out by noise and doubt. Intuition acts as a compass, pointing you toward choices that resonate with your values and goals, while steering you away from paths that compromise your integrity. Modern life, with its endless distractions and conflicting demands, often pulls us away from this inner guidance. Yet, reconnecting with it can be transformative. When something feels inherently wrong, listen to that feeling. It is often the wisdom of your subconscious warning you to reassess your direction. Pairing this intuition with a belief in your own strength creates a powerful combination, enabling you to face uncertainty with confidence and clarity. Moreover, thriving amidst challenges requires you to shift your focus from outcomes to actions. The Stoics emphasized control over your responses, not external events. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Modern Stoicism builds on this principle, urging us to take ownership of our mindset, regardless of external circumstances. When you adopt this perspective, you liberate yourself from the paralyzing fear of failure, understanding that success lies not in avoiding challenges, but in how you meet them. Each challenge becomes a chance to practice courage, patience, and wisdom, virtues that the Stoics believe to be the true measure of a person. In today's fast-paced, often overwhelming world, the need to harness resilience and trust your inner compass is greater than ever. Challenges will arise, but by embracing them with the Stoic mindset, you can transform even the harshest trials into valuable lessons. Whether it's a career setback, a personal loss, or an unforeseen crisis, each moment of difficulty carries within it the seeds of growth. By facing adversity head-on, you cultivate a mindset of perseverance, ensuring that no challenge can break you, only make you stronger. This is not about pretending that hardship doesn't hurt. It's about recognizing that pain is part of the process and using it to propel you forward. Thriving is about resilience, wisdom, and action. By viewing challenges as necessary tests and trusting in your ability to navigate them, you become an architect of your destiny. Every scar becomes a badge of honor, every setback a lesson, and every triumph a stepping stone to even greater achievements. In doing so, you embody the principles of modern Stoicism, turning the trials of life into a journey of self-discovery and strength. As you move forward, remember the words of the Stoics and let them guide your path. Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. Embrace the challenges, trust yourself, and thrive not despite them but because of them. Do you believe that facing your fears and building self-esteem can really change your life? Comment yes if you agree or no if you're not sure. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't go anywhere now, because the final 3 parts of this video promise to bring some surprising insights and revelations. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Number 4. Change starts with you. Change begins with recognizing that true transformation starts within you. This understanding is the foundation for a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, where uncovering your authentic self leads to genuine growth. Living authentically means breaking free from societal expectations and the judgments of others, instead aligning with your own truth. It's about shedding masks, letting go of approval-seeking, and focusing on what truly matters to you. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Authenticity is found in consistent, purposeful action that reflects who you are, not in the fleeting validation of others. Choosing authenticity liberates you from the exhausting pursuit of external approval, bringing clarity, purpose, and a fulfillment that no accolade can match. Modern Stoicism, with its emphasis on resilience and self-mastery, encourages this principled way of living, guiding us away from fleeting trends and shallow opinions. Authenticity demands courage, requiring us to confront our fears and insecurities while breaking free from conformity. Confidence is not inherent but developed through experience, with each failure offering lessons that make us stronger. Seneca reminds us, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This perspective shifts failure from a source of shame to an opportunity for growth. Embracing setbacks as part of your journey deepens self-awareness and resilience, preparing you for future challenges. In a world that stigmatizes failure and idolizes perfection, reframing obstacles as pathways to success is revolutionary. Modern Stoicism teaches us to view challenges as stepping stones to happiness, fostering an inward transformation that extends to every aspect of life. Believing in your potential is the key to creating the life you desire. This belief requires courage to confront doubts and societal norms that discourage your dreams. Replace fear with confidence built on perseverance and past achievements. Epictetus urged, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By envisioning your ideal self and aligning your actions accordingly, you create a path toward meaningful change. Confidence grows through repeated acts of courage, where showing up for yourself becomes a daily practice. In a society that defines success through wealth and status, Reclaiming your vision of a fulfilling life is an act of rebellion, but one necessary for living authentically. The modern world, filled with distractions and comparisons, often clouds the journey to self-discovery. Social media and societal pressures can distort our sense of worth, leaving us disconnected from our true selves. Yet modern Stoicism offers timeless principles to reclaim control and build inner strength. Take ownership of your choices, learn from both triumphs and failures, and trust your ability to face challenges with resilience. Authenticity becomes your guide, helping you navigate life with clarity and confidence, free from the weight of others' judgments. By living authentically, you inspire those around you, proving that real change begins not with external circumstances but within yourself. Change that starts from within is enduring because it is rooted in truth. It does not rely on external approval or crumble under criticism. Instead, it draws strength from a deep understanding of your values and purpose. This transformation not only enriches your own life, but also inspires others to embrace their authenticity. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By cultivating thoughts and actions grounded in resilience and self-belief, you unlock a life of meaning and fulfillment, radiating strength and purpose in everything you do. Modern Stoicism reminds us that while this path requires courage and reflection, it is the only route to true freedom and lasting happiness. Number 5. Kevin's story. Kevin's story is a vivid reminder that the most important opinion about your life is your own. Kevin was an artist brimming with potential, his creations alive with originality and depth. Yet his fear of judgment became his undoing. Each brushstroke felt like an invitation for criticism, and eventually, he abandoned his passion altogether. Choosing the illusion of safety over the risk of fulfillment, Kevin let the opinions of others dictate his path. The result? A life marked by regret. He realized too late that his worth and his dreams were never dependent on external validation, but on his own belief in himself. How often do we let the whispers of doubt or the weight of another's disapproval hold us back? What are we giving up in exchange for approval that might never even come? Kevin's journey mirrors a challenge many of us face, undervaluing ourselves and our unique gifts. When you fail to see your worth, you unintentionally invite disrespect, missed opportunities, and a life that falls short of what you truly deserve. Think about it. How many times have you silenced your ambitions because you were afraid of being judged or rejected? What would your life look like if you pursued those dreams with the conviction that your happiness matters most? Kevin's story teaches us a profound Stoic secret. Your self-worth is the cornerstone of a meaningful life. No one else can define it for you, and no amount of validation from others can replace the confidence you build from within. Let me share another modern example to bring this to life. Meet Sarah, a talented software developer who often stayed late at work, taking on extra tasks to prove her value. She feared saying no, worried that she might appear ungrateful or incapable. Over time, her passion for coding turned into a resentment-filled chore as she became the team's go-to for unpaid overtime. One day, she had a pivotal realization. The respect she sought from her colleagues would never come if she didn't first respect herself. Sarah started setting boundaries, not out of defiance but out of self-respect. She said no when the workload was unreasonable, took time for herself, and focused on projects that aligned with her goals. What happened? Her colleagues began to see her differently, respecting her time and her talent, and Sarah rediscovered her love for her work. Like Kevin, Sarah's story highlights the transformation that happens when you prioritize your worth. The question you need to ask yourself is simple but powerful. Are you living for the expectations of others, or are you claiming the life you truly want? Stoic secrets remind us that external opinions are fleeting and often unreliable. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Why do we give so much power to voices that don't walk in our shoes or feel the weight of our choices?" By valuing yourself, trusting your abilities, and pursuing what brings you joy, you shield your dreams from the influence of those who may never fully understand or appreciate them. Kevin's story teaches us a critical lesson. It's never too late to reclaim your power and honor your worth. Whether you're an artist like Kevin, a professional like Sarah, or simply someone longing to break free from the opinions of others, the first step is recognizing that you matter. Your dreams, talents, and happiness are not negotiable. They are essential. How will you begin valuing yourself today? Will you let fear continue to dictate your path, or will you take a bold step toward the life you deserve? The choice is yours. The moment you decide to trust your worth, you'll find that the world begins to reflect that belief back to you. That's the power of self-respect, and it's one of the greatest Stoic secrets for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Have you ever felt like real change begins when you focus on yourself? If you agree, comment, "I do" below. And don't go anywhere. Number 6. Why we let others mistreat us will reveal powerful insights you won't want to miss. The most impactful lessons are just ahead. Number 6. Why we let others mistreat us. Fear of rejection is a powerful force that often leads us to tolerate mistreatment from others. Rooted in our natural desire for acceptance and connection, this fear can subtly shape our actions, causing us to prioritize others' approval over our self-respect. We hesitate to confront disrespect out of fear of judgment or abandonment, but this avoidance comes at a cost. Our sense of self-worth is eroded, leaving us at the mercy of others' opinions. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." To overcome this, we must reframe rejection as a normal part of life, not a measure of our value. Asserting our worth is not defiance but an act of self-respect, allowing us to demand dignity without fearing the consequences. Another barrier to self-respect is the fear of confrontation. Many avoid standing up for themselves, equating assertiveness with hostility or fearing they'll be labeled as difficult. However, avoiding confrontation only shifts the burden inward, creating unresolved frustrations. Epictetus noted, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." Addressing mistreatment doesn't mean engaging in arguments, but calmly and confidently setting boundaries. Modern Stoicism emphasizes the power of reason and composure in handling these situations. While confrontation may feel uncomfortable in the moment, its long-term benefits, empowerment, and self-respect are transformative. It teaches others how to treat you and strengthens your commitment to valuing yourself. Sometimes the root of tolerating mistreatment lies in low self-esteem. When you lack confidence, it's easy to internalize negativity and accept disrespect as a reflection of your worth. This creates a vicious cycle where poor treatment further diminishes self-belief. Breaking free requires building confidence through deliberate effort. Seneca reminds us, "Living through any means possible is not better than living well." Clinging to relationships that harm you sacrifices your well-being for superficial comfort. Start small. Acknowledge your achievements. Treat yourself with kindness, and remember you are deserving of respect. This shift in mindset empowers you to demand better from those around you. In today's world, the pressure to fit in often leads us to compromise our values and tolerate unacceptable behavior to maintain harmony. Social media intensifies this by promoting a curated image of perfection, discouraging authenticity. Yet, as the Stoics teach, external validation is fleeting, and true peace comes from within. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Prioritizing your inner virtues, courage, wisdom, and self-respect, over societal approval fosters authenticity. While living true to yourself may not please everyone, it provides the foundation for real contentment and strength. For those struggling with these fears, remember, your worth is non-negotiable. Modern Stoicism offers practical guidance for reclaiming self-respect by focusing on what you can control: your actions, beliefs, and reactions. Set boundaries confidently, knowing they are bridges to healthier relationships. not walls to shut others out. Understand that the way others treat you reflects their character, but your response reflects yours. Approach life with quiet confidence, for as the Stoics believed, true power lies in mastering oneself. You matter, and living authentically with self-respect is the ultimate path to fulfillment. Insecurity and lack of confidence are like silent adversaries that sap away at your self-worth, convincing you that you are undeserving of love, respect, or kindness. This inner struggle often stems not from reality but from a distorted mindset, a narrative shaped by fears and external judgments. When these feelings take root, you start to internalize negative perceptions, accepting poor treatment as if it were the natural order of things. But insecurity is not a life sentence. It is a mental habit, one that can be unlearned with determination and conscious effort. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound truth underscores the power of perception and self-awareness in transforming your reality. To build confidence and break free from the chains of insecurity, start small but deliberately. Focus on celebrating your unique strengths, those qualities that make you who you are, and use them as stepping stones to regain control over your narrative. Setting healthy boundaries in your relationships is an essential part of this process. It sends a clear message to both yourself and others about your worth. Each step, no matter how small, is a declaration of self-respect. Over time, these intentional actions cultivate self-love, helping you shift from a mindset of self-doubt to one of empowerment. In modern Stoicism, this is akin to practicing the virtue of courage, the strength to assert your value and demand relationships that honor your dignity. Modern life often amplifies insecurity with its constant comparisons and unrealistic standards, but you are not obligated to measure yourself by them. Instead, practice mindfulness and gratitude, grounding yourself in the present moment. This aligns with Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By turning inward and focusing on your inner virtues rather than external validation, you become resilient to life's ups and downs. Confidence becomes a shield against negativity, allowing you to curate a life filled with relationships and experiences that uplift rather than diminish you. The journey from insecurity to self-assurance is one of reclaiming your identity and asserting your inherent value. It is about understanding that you matter, not because of external accomplishments or validation, but because of the unshakable dignity within you. Embracing modern Stoicism can help you navigate this path, offering practical tools to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your higher self. In doing so, you empower yourself to demand and create the respect and love you deserve. Remember, self-worth is not given, it is cultivated, and it begins with your own belief in it. Trauma from the past has a way of embedding itself in the way you view the world, your relationships, and even yourself. Think about it. How often do experiences from your formative years shape your current reality? If you've faced mistreatment or disrespect, it can quietly become the standard you accept, not because you want it, but because it's familiar. You might catch yourself believing that you're unworthy of love or respect, replaying the same harmful patterns over and over. But here's the truth. Your past does not define your worth. Imagine someone who grows up hearing they'll never amount to anything. Perhaps they internalize this, carrying it like invisible armor that weighs them down. One day, though, they meet someone who reminds them of their potential, sparking a change. Could that be you? Could today be the day you decide to challenge the beliefs that hold you captive? Healing begins when you acknowledge those old wounds not as weaknesses but as truths that need addressing. Picture an old house, worn and weathered, standing strong despite years of storms. It needs care, repairs, and a new foundation to thrive again. That house is you. By confronting your pain, rather than ignoring it, you're laying the groundwork to rebuild. Redefining your self-image isn't easy, but it's profoundly transformative. It requires looking inward and asking, why do I allow others to treat me like I'm invisible? Why do I treat myself this way? These questions might be hard, even uncomfortable, but they open the door to freedom. Take, for instance, Denzel Washington, a man who has often spoken about his own challenges and triumphs. His words remind us, "You are what you repeatedly do." If you repeatedly accept mistreatment, you send a message, to yourself and others, that you're okay with being undervalued. But you can decide today to change that message. Ask yourself, what would a life grounded in self-respect look like? How would it feel to stand firm, knowing you matter, no matter what anyone else says or does? These are not just abstract questions. They're the cornerstone of Stoic secrets that guide us to a life of resilience and purpose. Let's bring this closer to modern life. Think about Sarah, a young professional constantly overlooked at work, dismissed in meetings and talked over. She begins to wonder, is it me? Am I the problem? But the problem isn't Sarah, it's the narrative she's accepted. One day she decides to speak up, calmly but firmly. Her colleagues start to notice, and over time, respect grows. What changed? She did. She refused to allow past patterns of invisibility to dictate her future. What about you? What patterns could you break if you started believing you were worth more? The Stoic secrets to self-respect aren't about yelling for attention or demanding admiration. They're about recognizing your inherent value and standing in it without apology. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. No one can make you feel unworthy without your permission. The process of reclaiming your value might be uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Each step, each decision to treat yourself with kindness and demand the same from others, is a step toward freedom. Take a moment to reflect. What beliefs about your worth are you carrying that no longer serve you? How can you begin to shift them one choice at a time? Remember, you matter. The past may have shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. You deserve better, not because anyone says so, but because it's the truth. And when you start living from that truth, you create a future not just of self-respect, but of strength, peace, and unshakable confidence. What steps will you take today to claim it? People-pleasing often stems from a deep desire for validation and acceptance. While the intention may seem noble, this habit often leads to a quiet loss of identity and self-worth. By chasing external approval, we risk neglecting our own needs and values, becoming disconnected from who we truly are. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Modern Stoicism teaches us that life isn't about pleasing everyone, but living authentically, rooted in our principles, and understanding that we can't control how others perceive us. Setting boundaries is an essential step in reclaiming your life and self-respect. Boundaries aren't walls, but acts of self-love and respect for others, signaling that your needs matter. Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By setting limits, you preserve your energy and align your actions with your values, fostering healthier relationships built on mutual respect instead of obligation. Prioritizing balance doesn't mean rejecting others. It means refusing to sacrifice your well-being to meet their expectations. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, the pressure to please people is amplified, especially by social media, where likes and comments seem to define worth. But true worth arises from within, not from fleeting validation. Seneca said, "If you want to be loved, love yourself." Self-love allows us to approach relationships as equals, not as servants to others' desires. This inner foundation strengthens our ability to engage authentically, building connections that reflect mutual understanding rather than dependency. Breaking free from people-pleasing requires practicing the art of saying no without guilt. Every no to others is a yes to your own values. This is not selfishness, but self-awareness. Each choice becomes an opportunity to ask, Does this align with my principles? If not, have the courage to let it go. Courage, as the Stoics believed, is not the absence of fear but the mastery of it. Every boundary you set reinforces a life of integrity, where your relationships thrive on respect and not obligation. Modern Stoicism offers a practical framework for overcoming people-pleasing by focusing on your intrinsic worth, which is not dictated by external praise. Ralph Waldo Emerson aptly said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Living in alignment with your truth inspires others to do the same, creating authentic connections and a life filled with purpose. By valuing yourself, you regain control of your life, moving beyond the fleeting satisfaction of others' approval toward lasting fulfillment. Remember, every time you prioritize your well-being, you take a step closer to a life of balance and genuine connection, principles central to the practice of modern Stoicism. Number 7. How to reclaim your worth. Reclaiming your worth begins with the powerful act of setting clear boundaries, an essential practice for safeguarding your emotional and mental well-being. Boundaries are not walls, but carefully drawn lines that define how you deserve to be treated, creating a framework for respectful and healthy interactions. In a world that often conflates selflessness with virtue, saying no can feel uncomfortable, but it is not an act of selfishness. It is a profound declaration of self-respect. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca remarked, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Boundaries enable you to curate an environment where your worth is recognized and honored, preventing you from being drained by relationships that diminish your sense of self. To set meaningful boundaries, start by reflecting on your values and what truly matters to you. Clarity about your own priorities is the foundation for confidently enforcing your limits, even when faced with resistance. Understand that pushback is inevitable, as not everyone will immediately accept your newfound assertiveness, but this resistance is a sign of growth. Each time you uphold a boundary, you reinforce your self-worth, signaling to both yourself and others that you deserve respect. This principle aligns seamlessly with modern Stoicism, which emphasizes the importance of aligning your actions with your values rather than yielding to external pressures. In our modern lives, where overcommitment and blurred lines between work, relationships, and personal time are common, the courage to enforce boundaries is vital. Too often we allow ourselves to be pulled in every direction, leaving little energy for what truly fulfills us. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Boundaries free you from the mental clutter of constantly accommodating others, creating space for positive, meaningful relationships and pursuits that nourish your spirit. They are not only a tool for self-protection, but also a means of empowering others to respect and value your time, energy, and presence. Reclaiming your worth is about recognizing that you alone define your value, not the opinions or actions of others. By setting clear boundaries and committing to them, you take an active role in shaping your life and fostering relationships that reflect your dignity. This practice, deeply rooted in both ancient wisdom and modern Stoicism, reminds us that self-respect is not a luxury but a necessity. Through boundaries, you teach the world how to treat you, and in doing so, you reaffirm to yourself that you matter deeply and unequivocally. The people you surround yourself with shape your self-image more than you might realize. Think of yourself as a plant. If placed in a garden full of sunlight and nutrient-rich soil, you'll thrive. But in darkness and neglect, your growth is stunted. The same is true for relationships. Positive, supportive people act as sunlight. They encourage you, believe in your worth, and push you to grow. On the other hand, toxic influences drain your energy and dim your potential. How often do you let negativity take up space in your life because it seems easier than setting boundaries? If you pour energy into relationships that diminish you, what's left for the ones that uplift you? Take Daniel, for example. A young entrepreneur, he spent years surrounded by friends who mocked his ambitions, leading him to doubt himself. One day, He connected with a mentor and peers who believed in his vision. Their encouragement helped Daniel succeed, proving how powerful a supportive circle can be. Could this apply to you? What would change if you surround yourself with people who inspire and believe in you? This is one of the Stoic secrets to personal growth, curating your circle with purpose. Seneca said it best: associate with those who will make a better man of you. Building a support system is about quality, not quantity. A few genuine supporters are far more valuable than a crowd of indifferent people. Stepping away from toxic influences isn't selfish, it's necessary. By distancing yourself from negativity, you make room for relationships that nurture and respect you. Imagine choosing to spend your days with people who inspire and care for you. Wouldn't that be worth it? So, what's stopping you from making that choice now? As Denzel Washington said, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future." The people around you directly impact your confidence, mindset, and success. Are your relationships helping you bloom, or are they holding you back? The Stoic secrets of self-respect remind us that we have the power to choose who influences our lives. Prioritizing connections that uplift you is not a luxury. It's essential. You deserve to be surrounded by those who see your worth. What steps will you take today to ensure your circle reflects the best version of yourself? Self-respect is the foundation of a meaningful life, yet it is often buried under the weight of external demands and opinions. Cultivating self-respect starts with treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion you'd offer a close friend, even during failures. This isn't vanity. It's essential for happiness and personal growth. Recognizing and celebrating your achievements, no matter how small, while accepting imperfections, lays the foundation for a healthy self-relationship. This doesn't mean ignoring flaws, but understanding that they don't define your worth. Modern Stoicism emphasizes that self-love is not indulgent but balanced, reflecting that you deserve the same respect you extend to others. Prioritizing your well-being sends a powerful message: you value yourself. Epictetus put it best: know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. Understanding your value and living authentically shapes the way others treat you. In today's fast-paced, comparison-driven society, practicing self-respect can feel daunting. Social media amplifies this challenge, constantly showcasing curated perfection that makes us question our worth. But self-respect isn't about comparison. It's about aligning with your values and embracing your unique journey. Honoring yourself builds an inner strength that external criticism cannot shake. As Seneca observed, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Seeking validation from others distracts us from the true source of our value, our inner selves. Practicing self-respect begins with setting boundaries that protect your mental and emotional energy. Saying no when necessary asserts your worth and prevents burnout. Celebrate your accomplishments and forgive your mistakes. They are vital parts of growth. These habits ripple outward, teaching others to treat you with respect and kindness. Each step toward valuing yourself builds confidence and affirms your rightful place in the world. Modern Stoicism reminds us that integrity and self-awareness not only enrich our lives, but also enhance our ability to uplift those around us. By embracing self-respect and self-love, you reclaim your life's narrative, shifting focus from external perceptions to authentic living. This not only strengthens your own well-being, but inspires those around you to do the same. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Self-respect is the inner power that shapes how you see yourself and experience the world. By prioritizing it, you pave the way for a life of purpose, dignity, and authentic connection. The essence of modern Stoicism. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most empowering decisions you can make, as it places the control of your happiness and success firmly in your hands. It is an acknowledgement that while external circumstances can influence your experiences, it is ultimately your response to them that shapes your reality. This mindset reflects the wisdom of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." When you embrace responsibility, You move from being a passive participant in life to becoming the architect of your own experiences, capable of transforming setbacks into opportunities and aligning your actions with your values and aspirations. Owning your life begins with a clear understanding that blaming others or external events for your dissatisfaction only perpetuates a cycle of powerlessness. Instead, shifting your focus inward, toward the choices you make daily, reveals the profound influence you wield over your path. In modern life, where distractions and excuses are abundant, taking responsibility requires conscious effort. It means setting goals that resonate with your deeper purpose, holding yourself accountable for the outcomes, and recognizing that success is not about perfection, but persistence. As modern Stoicism teaches, this practice is not about self-recrimination, but about self-improvement, a continual process of becoming the best version of yourself. In this fast-paced, often overwhelming world, it is easy to feel as though life is happening to you rather than for you. Yet, taking ownership of your circumstances allows you to reclaim the narrative and assert your agency. This principle is beautifully encapsulated by Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you embrace this truth, you stop waiting for the perfect conditions or the approval of others to move forward. Instead, you take deliberate steps, no matter how small, toward creating a life that reflects your worth and fulfills your potential. Taking responsibility for your life is an act of courage and self-respect, a declaration that you matter and that your efforts can shape a meaningful existence. It is a path that requires discipline, self-awareness, and a willingness to learn from both triumphs and failures. By incorporating the principles of modern Stoicism, you cultivate resilience and clarity, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with confidence and purpose. The journey to owning your life begins the moment you stop waiting for change and start being the change. In doing so, you reclaim your power and step fully into the life you are meant to live. Which principle do you believe is most important for reclaiming your worth? 1. Setting boundaries. 2. Surrounding yourself with supportive people. 3. Practicing self-compassion. Or 4. Taking responsibility for your life. Comment 1, 2, 3, or 4 below. And don't leave now, as number 8 will reveal surprising insights you won't want to miss. Stay tuned for the most eye-opening moments. Number 8. Self-respect and integrity. Self-respect and integrity are not optional virtues, but the bedrock upon which a fulfilling and meaningful life is built. Respecting yourself is the key to commanding respect from others, for the way you treat yourself silently teaches people how they should treat you. Without self-respect, relationships become imbalanced, and the scales tip in favor of those who take more than they give. Kevin's story, one of transformation and redemption, serves as a powerful reminder that it is never too late to reclaim your self-worth. Kevin spent years living in the shadow of others' expectations, allowing their opinions to shape his choices and diminish his sense of value. When he finally acknowledged that his future was in his hands, not in the hands of those who dismissed him, he began to rebuild his life with purpose and integrity. This awakening illustrates the transformative power of recognizing your intrinsic worth, a realization that gives you the courage to set boundaries, prioritize your well-being, and demand the respect you deserve. The wisdom of the Stoics aligns perfectly with this principle. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless meditations, wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This poignant observation reveals the trap many of us fall into, seeking validation from external sources while neglecting the inner voice that knows our true value. Modern Stoicism teaches that the respect you show yourself is the cornerstone of a life rooted in authenticity and strength. When you honor your own principles and stand firm in your values, you create relationships and environments that reflect mutual respect rather than exploitation. In today's world, where social media and external validation often dominate, this lesson is more critical than ever. It is far too easy to measure your worth by likes, comments, or others' fleeting opinions. But real respect begins within, and it is sustained by unwavering integrity. Integrity, as an extension of self-respect, ensures that your actions align with your values. Living with integrity means that you refuse to compromise your principles, even when faced with difficult choices or social pressure. The great Stoic teacher Epictetus once said, "Who then is invincible? The one who cannot be upset by anything outside their reasoned choice." This invincibility stems from the strength of character built on self-respect and unwavering adherence to what you know is right. In practical terms, this means setting boundaries with those who fail to treat you with dignity, rejecting relationships that drain your spirit, and having the courage to walk away from situations that erode your sense of self. It means recognizing that your worth is not negotiable, and that the respect you seek from others must first be cultivated within. Kevin's transformation is a universal reminder that change is always possible. Even if you've spent years undervaluing yourself or allowing others to dictate your worth, the power to rewrite your story lies within. The first step is to silence the inner critic that thrives on external opinions and begin treating yourself as someone worthy of respect. This process may require reflection, courage, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about the people and circumstances you've allowed into your life. However, as you realign with your values and rebuild your sense of self, you'll find that the relationships and opportunities you attract are richer and more meaningful. As Ralph Waldo Emerson observed, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Modern Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-mastery and resilience, offers a guide to navigating this path. It reminds us that our sense of worth must come from within, not from the shifting judgments of others. In a culture that often celebrates conformity and discourages individuality, embracing your own value is a radical and empowering act. It allows you to live with dignity, drawing strength from the knowledge that your integrity and self-respect are unshakable. When you respect yourself deeply, you inspire others to do the same, fostering relationships that are built on trust, equality, and mutual admiration. Ultimately, the journey to self-respect and integrity is not about perfection, but about persistence. It is about recognizing your flaws, embracing your strengths, and committing to a life that honors your principles. By doing so, you create a legacy of authenticity and courage, showing others, and most importantly yourself, that you matter. This journey, though challenging, leads to a life of fulfillment and resilience, a life in which respect is not demanded but naturally given because you have earned it by living with integrity. Remember the words of Seneca: "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Respect yourself, live with integrity, and let your actions reflect the value you know you possess. In doing so, you embody the principles of modern Stoicism, crafting a life that is both meaningful and inspiring. As we wrap up, remember that self-respect is the foundation of a truly happy and fulfilling life. Recognizing your worth and treating yourself with dignity is not only a gift to yourself, but a powerful example for those around you. Don't let fear or insecurity hold you back from affirming your value. Changing how you see and treat yourself transforms your relationships and the world you create. At Stoic in Your Life, we believe in the power of these principles to inspire personal growth and lasting happiness. How will you start applying self-respect in your daily life? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to guide your journey.